Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Tuesday to you. I think that spring is in the air. I'm getting ready for it. The days are lasting longer. Yeah, it's wonderful. It makes me really happy. So the stamp set that I'm sharing with you today is one that I've been wanting to play with for a long time, and it's one of the ones that when I first saw it demonstrated at on stage in Vienna, I thought, oh, this is going to be such a fun set to play with. Are you curious? Let's take a look. So it's the Sweet Hybrid, no, sorry, the Sweet Citrus Hybrid Embossing Folder and Stamp Set. And what's really cool about this is that Stampin' Up! Has combined, let's see, I'm just going to keep it like so you can see. There's the dies, and then there is the stamp set. And we might as well, my writing doesn't matter so much. There's the stamp set, there's the dies, and then there is also an embossing folder. Now, can you see that? There's the embossing folder. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can use this. And to begin with, it's called a hybrid embossing folder because take a look. You open it up, and this one here, now I always get this wrong. Oh yeah, here, that's where it fits in. You can feel with your finger, so it's the side with the Stampin' Up! Label. And now I have to figure this out. I'll get it. Nope. There you go. Now, is it sitting in? Yeah. I'm just going to try it on the other side. No, it's perfect. So you lay it in like that, and then you put your piece of paper in, and I'm just going to lay it on top. And then you close it, okay? And then you can run it through like that, and it will cut out and emboss at the same time. And I'm going to do that for a minute and let you see. So what you're going to do is you need a die cutting machine. You're going to take the platform, which is number 1. Then you're going to lay this down, fold first, and then you're going to cover it with the gray plate number 4. And then it's going to get run through the embossing machine. Okay, I'll do that. I'll be right back. Well, seeing is believing, so I just brought the die cutting machine here, and you lay it on the platform, give it a little push, and then there's a handle on the side. Let's see, I'm moving. Oh, no, you can't even see it. Goes up and around here, and it's going to come through the other side. Okay, and now it's through. Have a look. Take this off, lift it up, and see, here we have them. Oh, let's get it out of the way. But you see how it's cut and embossed all in one fell swoop? Oh, I didn't cut it all the way through. I didn't press hard enough. But yeah, super cool. And then there's another trick that you can do. Now, let's have a look. You can take a piece of paper that's been embossed without cutting it. Now I want to get all my stuff back together here. Making a video involves way more steps than you think. There's my pretty cardinal. Now I'm going to take some blending brushes. Now there's big ones and there's little ones. See? So for the little ones, it's little leaves. I want to use this blending brush. And for the big yellow ones, I could use this. I do have a little one that's been done already. No, I'm going to use this one. Okay, so take a look. We're going to use yellow for lemon because the thing is you can also turn these into limes or grapefruits, oranges, but I'm going with lemons, which is why it's called citrus. There's all kinds of different citrus. See, isn't that great? And you can go over it as many times as you want to make it as dark. But it's just beautiful. And actually, we don't have to, oh crap, I just went into the yellow. I didn't mean to do that. We can even make it assorted citrus on one page. They don't all have to be the same. So this is Granny Apple Green. Isn't that just great? I love it. And then we might as well add in a grapefruit. So I like to use pale papaya. And I'm going to use another little guy. And See, that looks like a grapefruit. And then if you want to make it even more exotic, you can add a touch of Flirty Flamingo. Now, doesn't this just scream spring to you? Look at that. If you want to make it a little bit more of a ruby red grapefruit, you can mix the two. My dad always liked the ruby red grapefruits. My parents used to have a grapefruit every morning. Way back, my mother was not, this is the stories part of the stamps. My mother was a very simple woman, and she was not a big gift, or she isn't a big gift giver, and just nothing really fancy in her life, although she does like drinking out of nice fine china cups. But the irony is that she's got a cupboard full of beautiful cups, but she drinks out of a cracked chip cup with a mismatched saucer. And I can't break her from that. That's just what she does. Yeah, so that's interesting. But my mom did have special grapefruit spoons for years before they were even popular, and she bought them at the local jewelry store. How she ever came across them, I have no idea. But or I should ask her where. I'm going to ask her today in my phone call. Find out, Mom, what got you started on grapefruit spoons? So now I still feel like I'm doing something wrong if I eat a grapefruit without a grapefruit spoon. Isn't that funny? The things that we learn from our parents. The little traditions. There, isn't that nice? So that's just a really pretty, citrusy, springy card. I wasn't planning on doing the whole thing, but let me see. And then I'm going to put, this has got to be a lemon. May as well finish, right? Our blending brushes are just beautiful. They're very, very lovely. They just feel so soft too. When you first get a brand new one, you rub it over your cheek. I swear you could use it as a makeup brush too. Okay, so now we're going to go a little grapefruit in here. Add a little Flirty Flamingo. Beautiful. And now this one needs to be a lime. You see how I'm trying to make my pattern look pretty? Stampin' Up! Makes it so easy for us to be artistic. That's the reason I fell in love with stamping, actually, because I'm not a good drawer, but I love art. I like to create. And Stampin' Up! Just helps me feel creative. Like this is something I can do. And I hope that is my hope, that I can inspire you to find your creativity. It's, you know, after 17 years, I'm still not tired of it. Every year I ask myself, do I want to keep doing this? And the answer is always yes. It still brings me joy. So I hope that you comment in the section below on YouTube, because I love hearing from you. I do a lot of my stamping in isolation now because I travel a lot. I'm married to a Dutchman, but my kids and my team is in Canada. I'm growing a team here in the Netherlands, but I don't feel like I can offer consistent classes. So isn't that pretty? So I focus on doing YouTube videos. So you are my people. So I'd love to hear from you. Comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, give me a thumbs up, share my videos to Pinterest and Facebook. That would just make me so happy. Let me know that you've shared, and maybe I'll send you a card in the mail. I like to send random acts of kindness cards, so who knows? Now, there's one other thing that I haven't shown you yet what to do. You can ink up your stamp, your folder. So we're going to do that. I was going to do it in yellow. Maybe we'll do it in green. We're going to do one in green, just to be different. So this is Granny Apple Green, and I'm just inking up the folder. And honestly, I never know. I always doubt myself if I'm doing it properly. But we're going to see how this turns out. The ink in between is concerning me, but we're going to find out, okay? So you just lay your piece of white cardstock in here, close it, and then we're going to run it through the same way we did before. Okay, so it actually turned out quite well. None of the green that was stuck in between got stuck on my card. Now here, there's a little bit of a spot. I'm not thrilled with that. If you want to, you can use the die and cut it out afterwards. Because look, that's what I did with this yellow one. See? Those are these here. So then you can use that on a card, but you can also just leave it like this as a background. And then you can strategically, if this is bothering you, this is where you can put your sentiment, okay? So like, for example, we'll see. I'm going to do something prettier. Are you ready to make a card with me now? Let's do it. Okay, so I have taken a Granny Apple Green base. Let's turn it this way. And here is one that I've sponged in Daffodil Delight and Granny Apple Green. I'm keeping this super simple. I've stamped this in Versamark and white embossed. And then I'm going to take some pieces. What did I do with my lemon slice? Oh, here. And we're going to decorate this. And I made a bow with white twine. So those are my pieces, and we're going to turn it into a card. So the first thing I need to do is trim this so that it's the same length. Now, I'm creating with European measurements because on my cardstock, my American cardstock is gone. So this is 5 5/8, which is 14.3 centimeters by 10 centimeters. Okay, now that's in inches. This is 4 1/8. So let's get some adhesive on here. It's just beautiful. Are you liking this? So I have to say one of the most magical moments, and I've had many in my life, was when I was on a Stampin' Up trip, and it was Mediterranean cruise. It was the first time I had been in Italy, and we were on a bus going from, because every port you stop, of course, you go on excursions so you can see the countryside, and driving by the lemon groves. Okay, now I think that I mismeasured my paper, so this edge is a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to trim that with my paper trimmer. Cut it off. And I also forgot to trim this first. But I did say it was 14.3, so we're going to cut it at that. And I find myself now working in both centimeters and inches, and I used to do that as a scrapbooker because you know what? You have both on your paper trimmer. So don't make life difficult. You can use centimeters, you can use inches. Sometimes centimeters are more precise because the increments are smaller. Okay, that looks great. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to trim my card down just a little bit. So if you make a mistake with your card, don't feel like you right away have to pitch it and do something different. I'm just going to, it can cut through 2 pieces of cardstock at a time. See, and now it looks better. And then the second thing I want to say is, you know what, your card doesn't have to be 100% perfect. Good enough is good enough. Okay, so now we have this. We're going to add some adhesive to this. And I'm really falling in love with simple cards. When you're working with beautiful things, beautiful paper, beautiful embossing folders, you don't need to have 10,000 layers to make a nice card. And I'd love to hear what you think. Do you like my style? Of course, you're going to say if you don't. Maybe that's a silly question. If you didn't, you wouldn't be following me. There. So this is garden green. I like that it was popped up on a darker green in the contrast of the 2 shades of green. I really like that. And then I saw these and I thought I want to make a little collage with the lemons and the lemon slices. And I don't know, I haven't decided quite how I'm going to do it. If I want the big one or just the little ones. Kind of like that. And then with a bow. Let's see. So I like to play around with my elements a little bit to see how I like it or not. Yeah. So the lemon is going to go, I might just pop them both up actually. I should have had my dimensionals out. I didn't. I did clear off my desk today. I even cleaned it. I get all kinds of little bitty bits of glue. I don't use grid paper as often as I used to because it doesn't video well. My camera has a hard time focusing on grid paper. So, yeah. So I'm just going to put a dimensional on this spot here, and then I'm going to put liquid glue on the other side so that it balances between this level and that level. And that way it doesn't get too bumpy. Oh, and I forgot to take the backing off. There we go. there. And now for the bow, it's just a double twine, white twine bow. And now I've got to decide where I want this. Yeah, that looks cute. I like adhering my bows with a glue dot, so we have our glue dots. And always, always, always keep your last glue dot covered up. So there it is. Then tear this piece off so that you know when you right away when you untuck it, there it is. You don't have to go searching. The glue dots are on the roll, not on the outside. Otherwise they get stuck in your box and you don't want that. So give it a, push it right on there. So give it a hard press. Use your pokey tool to pick it off. Oops, there it is. And then you can kind of see where you want it to go before you commit. See, I even thought about maybe putting it up there. That doesn't look bad either, actually. But I'm going to put it there. And maybe you don't even want the bow, but I just love a little twine. So that's my card. And I was playing around, and I think I might do this for on a different day. Look. Oh no, I don't have it anymore because Okay, pretend that this is a complete thing. And then I have these pieces that I cut out, and I thought it would be fun to go like so. Actually, you know what? I could pop this in here. I thought it would be nice to make more of a pastel-y card instead of a really bright one. Let me see. I could pop those in the holes. That's actually not a bad idea. See, sometimes ideas are born by, maybe not do too many. Anyway, I'm going to play with this idea of just layering some pieces and having a bit of a double look there. And then here's another saying, have a zesty birthday. See? That's cute too. So anyway, I hope that you loved this, this video tutorial, this little play, and that you've been made aware of all the beautiful options that you have with this set. So thanks a lot for joining me today. I hope that you have a super day, happy stamping, and remember, together we can change the world one card at a time. Bye.